Hi guys. Um, so just got off the shower, obviously. Um, and while I was in the shower, I suddenly remembered something that I learned, I think a week or two ago, in a TOB Talks um, talk show, where one of the speakers basically said, sorry, I gotta, yeah, anyways, where one of the speakers basically said that women were made to receive. And I suddenly recall what I was talking about and vlogging about yesterday, which was my desire to not want to depend on any human being or any man as much as I can, just so that I won't feel like I have to give away control, because I love control. But as I was in the shower just now, it suddenly hit me that I think this is a not fatal, but this is definitely a room for improvement for me, where maybe I do have to learn how to surrender control. So a funny story, I think a few years ago, during a church event, I was actually carrying a really heavy keyboard and a keyboard stand, right? So I was carrying it both. Or was I think I carried the keyboard stand first and then I carried the keyboard, right? And obviously in a church event, there's many men around. And one of the guys, I guess, was being sweet. He was being nice. And he offered his help twice. Like each time I was carrying the heavy item, he approached me and he said, "Hey Dee, do you need help?" And I remembered the first time I said no, and the second time when he asked, I got a bit annoyed and I responded with, "Why?" I was so bitchy. I was like, "Why? Why do I look weak?" Now, obviously I didn't say it in that manner, but I think I said it in a way that had that bitchy tone to it. And obviously he laughed it off. And looking back now, I wonder if that was, I mean, poor guy. It's like, firstly, apologies, poor guy. And secondly, I think I must have pushed away a lot of people by having that kind of attitude, right? So reluctant to let anyone in to help, not even something as simple as carrying a heavy ass keyboard up a flight of stairs and into a room, right? Yeah, I think I was just that insecure about everything in my life that I wanted to foolproof my everything, you know? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I think I wanted no one to be able to have access to any of my vulnerabilities. I didn't want to have loss of control over anything. I didn't want people to feel like they had a hold over me. I didn't want people to feel like I needed help. I didn't want people to think that I was weak in any sense of that word. Yeah, looking back, poor guy. And damn, I was extra. So extra. But yeah, I think I finally understood what the speaker was saying in terms of maybe one of the primary roles of a woman is to be able to receive. One of the primary roles of a man is to be able to provide and protect. And And I think that is the healthy balance of being able to at least know how to receive, would then open the door for me for more healthier, I think, opposite sex relationships. But yeah, I think it's still a progress. I'm still a work in progress. I definitely feel like I'm definitely thankful for a lot of my friends in my life, especially the ones that have seen me kind of level up over the years. And another one of my male friends actually pointed out something quite interesting a few months ago, which I just recall as I'm talking to you guys, which was he offered to pick me up to go somewhere together, to meet a bunch of friends, because he knew that I didn't have a car. Oh no, he knew that I didn't want to drive. I did have a car, but I just didn't want to drive. And of course I could have taken a Grab, but he was just being a gentleman and he offered to pick me up and send me to the place that he was going to, and then send me back home. And I remembered I wanted to attempt being more on the receiving end and being more vulnerable, especially to this guy, because I really look up to him. So I said okay when he offered me that. And on the day itself, I felt so insecure. I actually texted him a few hours before him picking me up, and I said, hey, you know what? You don't have to pick me up. I'm good. I think I'll just take a Grab down. And he was like, no, it's fine. I'm picking you up. So sweet. And then that was it. I was like, okay, fine. And then on the ride to the place that we were meeting our other friends, he told me, he was like, Diana, this is a habit of yours to not want to trouble people, but it's very extra. So from his point of view, even as a friend, he felt like it's not a big deal, and he also wants to do something for me, and yet I never I never give him the chance to. And he's like, it's not a big deal, you're overreacting, and the more you overreact, the weirder it gets. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but in case anyone else resonates, I guess I've always been raised to be tough and strong and independent as much as I can, and to always strive to be more strong, more independent, more everything, right? To be better. But maybe when it comes to finding a life partner, maybe it's okay to take a step back and allow yourself to be vulnerable, while remembering, and this is stealing from crap, I forgot the love guru name, Matthew Hussey, I think it's Matthew Hussey, but he basically said, trust yourself. You don't have to trust a person that you don't have to trust that a person would never cheat on you, because that's pointless, and that's a recipe for disaster, because you can't base that trust on anything secure. But he said, don't trust that a person will never betray you. Trust that if ever a person you love betrays you, you have the power, the strength, the confidence to walk away from that situation and build yourself up again and be fine. It wasn't an exact quote, because but you get the gist of it, right? So when I look back at myself and when I really think about this issue, right, I think I've been so afraid of being vulnerable and of letting people in, because I don't want to be hurt, right? I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want for people to have a hold of me. But what if I got the whole concept of strength wrong? What if strength is not about, foolproofing yourself from hurt? Because it's never gonna happen, right? You're definitely gonna get hurt. That's the basis of all relationships, be it romantic ones or friendships or even like kinship, right? But what if true strength actually lies in, I choose to give everyone trust, and I give them the freedom to abuse it, full knowing that if they ever do abuse it, they will lose me. It's their loss, and I will be able to pick myself up and I'll be fine. I don't know, just random rant for the night. But anyways, that's it for tonight. That's it for tonight. It's been a long day, and hopefully tomorrow will be another good day. Bye.